Today's piece is Canto alba by Mario Lavista, which is a solo flute piece from 1980. Looks to be about 5 pages, landscape like this. Oh no, it's sort of like it's cut off in the middle, but they're like much wider actually. So these 2 pages are kind of like the same thing. Maybe if I do this, right, you can kind of see this is one page, and then this is the second page. And then you have some performance notes on the back. So why don't we start there? Dawn Song for amplified flute, to be performed on an open hole flute with a B foot. There's 2 symbols for quarter tone accidentals, quarter tone sharp, quarter tone flat. There's the breath mark is used to indicate pauses. Approximate durations are indicated with brackets and then a number of seconds. SV is without vibrato, WT is whistle tones. Then, yeah, appoggiaturas. Square note heads are for notes that have a non-traditional fingering, so then the fingering is given. Sung notes are any note with an X through the stem. Natural harmonics, a diamond note head is used to show the fingered pitch, and a regular note head for the sounding pitch. And similar thing with the overblown multiphonics, except multiple sounding pitches are then shown. And then there's glissandi as well, which are like a fingered glissandi. So, or glissando. There is a poem here that accompanies it, and also it's for Marielena Ari. Marielena Arispe, I'm assuming. So this is a flautist. Who doesn't seem to have a lot of documentation online. But yeah, there is a flautist that the piece is dedicated to. And then in terms of the poem, let me just translate this real quick. Okay, so this poem is a Spanish translation of a poem by Wang Wei of the Tang Dynasty. And Wang Wei lived from 699 to 761. Common Era, I guess. In addition to being a poet, he was a musician and a painter and a politician. He's regarded as one of the most distinguished men of arts and letters of his era. About 400 of his poems have survived. 29 of them are included in the 18th century anthology 300 Tang Poems. He is renowned for his dual talents as a nature poet and landscape painter. Only lived to be 62. The Spanish here in the score, sentado solo entre los bambúes, tocó laúd y silbo, 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 nadie me oye en el inmenso bosque, pero la blanca luna me ilumina. And the Google translation, I sit alone among the bamboos, I play the lute and whistle, whistle, whistle. No one hears me in the vast forest, but the white moon illuminates me. So, very appropriate poem for a solo flute piece. Very evocative. If you are interested in this composer, we actually just did a solo bass flute piece of his at the start of this flute series. So I would go to that episode if you like what you hear today. This piece is a little bit longer than that one. It's like closer to 10 minutes. Link in the video description. And yeah, I look forward to seeing how this one sounds. Okay, so my thoughts on this piece. The pacing was a lot slower than that other piece we looked at, Lamento, and I think that worked in its favor. I like that it really took its time with this opening. It's just a gorgeous section of multiphonics, and um, yeah, I think multiphonics have like this reputation of being needlessly complicated or being noisy, but flute multiphonics obviously are their own beast, and this is a really good example of like using them in a way that's friendly for the performer and gives them uh, means to be expressive with them. And yeah, I thought it was just a really striking opening. I was also thinking while listening to this that this is a really good example of like sort of Orientalism in like very late 20th century music, like 1980s. Solo flute has been associated with the Orient, right? Since Debussy's Syrinx or whatever, which we will get to eventually. But this is like 50 years after that, maybe more, maybe 70 years after that, and still the same like association that people are making. So I think it's interesting this poem from the Tang Dynasty that is translated into Spanish and quoted by this Mexican composer to sort of set the stage for this flute piece. A lot of Lavista's string music that we looked at, he was famous for using like a lot of natural harmonics on strings to get these beautiful textures, and the use of multiphonics here is kind of a similar thing, right? It's very like um, purposeful, and it has a very like specific idea of what beautiful is, and it's very appealing. So yeah, I rather like this flute piece. Tomorrow we're gonna look at something else. I think it's a should be a Stockhausen piece. Yeah, there's a Stockhausen piece from 1977. So hopefully that is not an obscure find. It's very easy. And then we got the three really big ones: the Barrio Sequenza, Density 21.5, and Syrinx.